Chapter 6. Cattle, Al-An'am, 120-140. Shun all sin, open and secret. Indeed, those who commit sin will be punished for what they earn. Do not eat of what is not slaughtered in Allah's name, for that would certainly be an act of disobedience. Surely the devils whisper to their human associates to argue with you. If you were to obey them, then you too would be polytheists. Metaphor for believers and disbelievers. Can those who had been dead, to whom we gave life and a light with which they can walk among people, be compared to those in complete darkness, from which they can never emerge? That is how the misdeeds of the disbelievers have been made appealing to them. And so we have placed in every society the most wicked to conspire in it. Yet they plot only against themselves, but they fail to perceive it. Craving prophethood. Whenever a sign comes to them, they say, "We will never believe until we receive what Allah's messengers received." Allah knows best where to place His message. The wicked will soon be overwhelmed by humiliation from Allah and a severe punishment for their evil plots. Open and restricted hearts. Whoever Allah wills to guide, He opens their heart to Islam. But whoever He wills to leave astray, He makes their chest tight and constricted as if they were climbing up into the sky. This is how Allah dooms those who disbelieve. That is your Lord's path, perfectly straight. We have already made the signs clear to those who are mindful. They will have the home of peace with their Lord, who will be their guardian because of what they used to do. Humans and jinn on Judgment Day. Consider the day He will gather them all together and say, "O assembly of jinn, you misled humans in great numbers." And their human associates will say, "Our Lord, we benefited from each other's company, but now we have reached the term which you appointed for us." Then He will say, "The fire is your home, yours to stay in forever, except whoever Allah wills to spare. Surely your Lord is all-wise, all-knowing." This is how we make the wrongdoers destructive allies of one another because of their misdeeds. Confession of evil humans and jinn. Allah will ask, "O assembly of jinn and humans, did messengers not come from among you, proclaiming my revelations and warning you of the coming of this day of yours?" They will say, "We confess against ourselves, for they have been deluded by their worldly life." And they will testify against themselves that they were disbelievers. This sending of the messengers is because your Lord would never destroy a society for their wrongdoing while its people are unaware of the truth. The good and the evil. They will each be assigned ranks according to their deeds. And your Lord is not unaware of what they do. Allah is not in need of His creation. Your Lord is the self-sufficient, full of mercy. If He wills, He can do away with you and replace you with whoever He wills, just as He produced you from the offspring of other people. Indeed, what you have been promised will certainly come to pass. And you will have no escape. Warning to Meccan pagans. Say, "O Prophet, O my people, persist in your ways, for I too will persist in mine. You will soon know who will fare best in the end. Indeed, the wrongdoers will never succeed." Unfair giving. The pagans set aside for Allah a share of the crops and cattle He created, saying, "This portion is for Allah," so they claim, "and this one for our associate gods." Yet the portion of their associate gods is not shared with Allah while Allah's portion is shared with their associate gods. What unfair judgment! Self-destruction. Likewise, the pagans' evil associates have made it appealing to them to kill their own children, only leading to their destruction as well as confusion in their faith. Had it been Allah's will, they would not have done such a thing. So leave them in their falsehood. Idols share in cattle and crops. They say, "These cattle and crops are reserved, none may eat them except those we permit," so they claim. Some other cattle are exempted from labor and others are not slaughtered in Allah's name, falsely attributing lies to Him. He will repay them for their lies. They also say, "The offspring of this cattle is reserved for our males and forbidden to our females, but if it is stillborn, they may all share it." He will repay them for their falsehood. Surely He is all-wise, all-knowing. Lost in ignorance. Lost indeed are those who have murdered their own children foolishly out of ignorance and have forbidden what Allah has provided for them, falsely attributing lies to Allah. They have certainly strayed and are not rightly guided.